Oren, and this is Marcella, and I am going very, very random because I've never met Marcella before. I was just scouting people at the mall food court who would participate with me, which was the goal all the time. We are sponsored by Chipotle. If you look at the background, they're going to be paying us lots of money. What are you eating, Marcella?
I have some Panda Express.
Panda Express is also our sponsor. They don't know it yet, but they might once this video gets big.
They cheat because I asked something not spicy.
Marcella, you are from Brazil, is that right?
Yes.
Do you know Fernando Meirelles, the director?
I know.
I don't
know him personally, but I know some of his movies.
Are you excited about The Two Popes? Have you seen it or not yet?
No, I didn't see that. I have a list from Fernando Meirelles. They are very good in Brazil, and we still have to wait. Or when I come to Brazil, or when it's coming in Netflix.
Okay, so I went through the top 100 films of the year, not in-year releases, so including late 2018, the top 100 moneymakers, and she listed the films she saw. So we're going to go over those films. So we have a few films left over from last year, like Mary Poppins Returns and Aquaman, that you saw, right?
I did.
What inspired you to see Aquaman of all films?
Aquaman, I always liked fantasy and this kind of hero movies. I like there to know his story behind everyone used to see the stories, but I like to see like the secrets.
But what history are you learning? The history of people who are half man, half fish, or underwater cities that aren't real? I don't think you're learning any history from Aquaman.
No, I learned more someone who are trying to adapt in a different world. And like he was born in a different place and he has to adapt in a new world.
Oh, so it's a metaphorical.
Metaphor.
Okay.
I like the metaphor. I always like the fantasy because of the metaphor.
Yeah, I think it's marketed as a superhero film, but it can be read as a fantasy too. If you like fantasy, it could appeal to that crowd.
Yeah, the fantasy appeals to me, but I also feel like I like to see like a human person do it as a metaphor.
I'm gonna keep trying to fit my giant head into the frame in whatever way so that
tiny head.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, that's why we could be like co-hosts, because one has a big head and one has a small head. Like, you always look for a contrast. We could, when we do our morning show later on. Okay, and you also saw, well, I have to say Aquaman was a guilty pleasure of mine, because I guess I just didn't take any of it seriously. Like, it was just, you had like an octopus playing the drums, and you had, well, you saw the movie. You don't remember the big octopus playing the drums for no reason?
Yeah.
And you just had like all this nonsense about a city under the sea, and just, none of it made sense. And I just...
the movie is not exceptional, but you can feel like inside it. It's not a super deeper movie, and you can just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Usually I don't enjoy like everybody. Oh, I like heroes and something. I always look for the metaphor and the dramas behind, like family dramas it has. And story about his parents. It's a drama.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. They sold us on that.
That was my favorite part.
Mary Poppins Returns you saw.
Yeah, Mary Poppins I didn't like that much because I'm not into musicals. It's okay.
Didn't you go into it expecting the music would be there?
No, I knew there was a musical. I was in the movie because my friend asked me to. But I think it was a little silly. Not because it was such a child, but I think it was missing something. The story didn't have such a appeal for me.
Okay.
The silly was just to sell.
Yes.
I didn't see. I saw it was a beautiful movie, beautiful dancing and song, but it was like more blockbuster. How do you say blockbuster?
Blockbuster is a good term. It's also like a video store that's been long. Do you remember the days when there was a Blockbuster? Did they have Blockbusters in Brazil?
Yeah, there was some kind of. But
did they sell videos in Brazil out of red boxes or out of stores with clerks and stuff?
No, I don't understand that.
Well, there used to be a thing called Blockbuster in the United States, and you would go in there and you would rent a movie for like 2 days, and then you would return it.
You end up buying anything.
Do they have that thing in Brazil where they rent movies? The Blockbuster. No. Maybe Blockbuster could go there because Blockbuster needs to make a comeback. Like, I think the world wants to see Blockbuster not be bankrupt, so maybe they should popularize it in Brazil again.
Yeah, but Mary Poppins I think was more to myself.
Do you want to go on Shark Tank with me and present this idea?
Which one?
Shark Tank?
Shark Tank.
It's a TV show where people come up with $1 million ideas. Like you know the Brazilian market, and I worked at a Blockbuster, so maybe you and I could go to like Mark Cuban, who's a billionaire, and we present ideas for investment, and we say invest in Blockbuster for Brazil.
It's a funny idea, but I don't see myself into this.
Okay, you've seen Madea. Tyler Perry's Madea does something. Madea, it's like Madea does. What does Madea do in this one? I know Madea goes to jail.
I didn't see this one, Madea. Say another movie from Madea, not this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wrote that one down wrong. Okay, blame the.
It's kind of a movie that you feel like in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Just see and don't have to think. Your brain is in a relaxed mode.
He has his audience is generally very skewed towards like black people. He like a Will Smith movie or even like a Michael B. Jordan movie might, or like they're like some movie stars like crossover, or like Jamie Foxx, like Tyler Perry. He just gets that black audience, and he makes a decent amount. He does his thing.
I know that.
Yeah. But if he can get the blacks and the Brazilians, I mean, more power to him, and he can like get more than.
Yeah, we don't have this difference, like the
racial.
Particular group have to see this movie or something. It's more common for this or that.
Yeah, we
separate more like adults or young kids or something.
Well, we don't separate. We're not like black people. This is the movie for you. It's just sometimes movies might be more marketed that way. And I think, Tyler Perry in particular sort of markets it towards a black audience. What was Anabelle about?
Anabelle is a horror movie.
It's a what?
It's a horror movie.
Oh, so you said you have Anabelle, you have It?
Yeah.
So what is it about horror movies that you think you like? Do you like to be scared? Is it things, do you like to be scared? Let's go that. In a movie theater?
Yeah, it's not more about being scared, it's more about the mystery.
Oh, I see.
I like more the mystery behind than the scary thing. I like more the thriller than the scary, like more scary particularly. Annabelle, it's a mystery about this doll, and they talk about demons, bad spirits, and something that's a good appeal to me.
All right.
It's something like that. People go to, I think it's another realm, and you have a relation with this guy. I don't know if it's a guy or creature.
And you said you skipped. I have here said something about Joker. Someone wanted you to see Joker?
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Who wanted you to see Joker, or who was going to see Joker?
Just young people. I mean.
No, I thought you said. Did your husband say he wanted you to see Joker?
He likes to see Batman and Joker, but I'm not into this kind of movie.
But how is Batman different than Aquaman or?
No, it's not the hero itself. I don't like the I don't know, something about Batman I don't like.
Okay. Maybe he's not licensed. He's not like part of the police force.
I think he's very depressed.
He's vigilante. Okay. He does have this. Well, you might see the Adam West version. Have you seen the 1960s Batman? He wasn't that depressed.
No, I didn't see that.
I would love to show it to you, but I'm using my computer to film us.
The only Batman I really
he does seem a little.
It was the Lego one. But was the funny part, not the Bat. The Batman was there, like depressing guy and doing something. Looks like he don't know where he is or what he's going to do until someone comes there and says, "Hey, wake up."
I haven't seen the Lego movie, but I just thought the idea of Lego movies, that sounds like really silly. Is that a kids movie in Brazil?
It is.
No, it sounds too juvenile for me. Is it a kids movie?
It is. I went to my two nieces and nephews.
Okay.
But I actually I was having a lot of fun because in the movie you see a lot of characters from another movies inside and participating on the Lego movie, on the Batman. So it's not about Batman. It's about something about Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or Joker. Everybody's there about my Lego. So it was very fun.
What do you think?
Very juvenile.
What do you think about Frozen? Frozen 2. This is a film that you saw, right?
I saw Frozen. I saw the first and the second. It's a lot
there are only two, right? Thank God. I don't want to have to see a third. Because my niece and nephew dragged me, and there's videos of YouTube on my niece and I reviewing it. So if you subscribe, I don't know, are you going to subscribe to my channel?
I I will.
You might want to subscribe to your channel just so you can see yourself on this. So this is how you get subscribers.
So you have an obligation to say Frozen?
It was kind of like, I don't know. It was like you could sit home for 3 hours and 4 hours at my sister's house in upstate New York, or you could see the movie with us. And I was like, I just don't think it's a good sequel. I heard.
Silly.
What did you think? Was it a good sequel?
It was not.
Why not?
Honestly, I think it was. It's about stories. It's like a normal, like princess movie to the little girls.
Yeah.
But there is something kind of adult, which means the love the love between sisters is very important. So about sibling, it's awesome. And the second one, I think it was more like you get into the personality about each person of the movie.
Isn't that a good thing to get deeper into the characters?
Yeah, this is a good thing. But I don't know, it was a very good connection between the first and the second.
It didn't build on the first one as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of. I mean, of course, it is a sequel and it is a connection, but I didn't feel that much.
Yeah, I think the first one had more maybe urgency. I mean, I think it maybe had a novelty because there was really original characters in an original place. Like, to me, Elsa was a very original character because she was like antisocial in a Disney movie, and she was like, I want to be left alone, and I never see that, and I was like, what's her deal? Like, you know, and then
I think the first one was more about Elsa was trying to find who is the person inside her.
The themes of the theme of it is, well, I think all superhero movies maybe have a theme. All people with superpowers is like people are special. How do you deal with, you know? Elsa can shoot ice. Maybe thematically, it's like maybe some kid's really good at math and really good at, you know. And how do you deal with supporting that kid, or how do you deal with, you know, maybe being different? I
feel like always have a metaphor, like you are looking for your inner feelings and what I'm gonna do with this personality I just found in myself.
And the movie, if the Frozen, was a lot about sort of dealing with those discoveries about yourself and the changes you go through, I guess, as you grow up and realize maybe what you're good at, or what might not be, I don't know, what you want to be good at, whether it's shooting ice or something else. And then Frozen 2 didn't have a lot of those conflicts because they already knew who they were. So
yeah, but the second, I don't know why, but I like the story of the second was more. That's why I think it's totally different from the first. Like you said, the first is this
Too different. Yeah.
It's too different. And then the second is just a separate movie.
They had a lot of mythology. They wanted to talk about earth and wind and fire, and I was just like, just get to the reindeer and the guy and get to the snowman. We want that. We don't want all this mythology,
and
you know.
Silly part that everybody have to laugh about it. The silly man talking. I think the best character was the little guy, the Olaf.
Yeah. So hey, if you had to choose one of these movies to recommend to the audience, what would it be?
This list is too short. Maybe if you see a lot of movie like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or another thriller movies, you have to see Lego because there's lots of character there, and it's funny when you realize,
it's references. Yes. A lot of humor movies do where it's like metatextual, or it's like it references that.
Yes,
yeah,
that's awesome. I didn't know how to explain that, but exactly, it is. Funny.
I do have a lot of big words. I mean, I don't know if my channel would have any value if I didn't throw big words like metatextual in there or intertextual.
Intertextual.
That's all I do is just say big words. So anyway.
And I'm still learning these words.
Yeah, well, and we're in Brazil. So anyway, follow us, follow Marcella and me as we go to Shark Tank to pitch stuff. And thank you so much, Marcella, for being on here.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day.